Hello, hello, hello. My name is Jack Blade and welcome back to my channel, and today we're starting a new series of Satisfactory. We will be making it kind of like with the Dyson Sphere program series, with a lot of like beginner-friendly, beginner guide kind of style to it. And as we move along and as people who watch get more and more advanced, it will become more and more advanced in terms of tips and tricks. For the options, I have arachnophobia mode on, which you can find gameplay, and then arachnophobia mode on, so that it's you don't have to care about the spiders. And then we will be going for a new game. We'll be starting in the grass fields. I'm gonna call this the beginner's guide 1 update 8. I'm just gonna call it this. And it's a vanilla plus. I am going to be using some mods. I will be listing them off later when we get into the game. And I will be not be skipping this one. I'll be going through that with you guys. And then from this, let's start the game. I'm going to be quiet and just let the intro sign play so that you guys can watch that as well if you want to. Otherwise, just skip ahead.
Attention Pioneer. The following instructional video is a summary of your impending duties as an exoplanetary pioneer for Fixit Incorporated. Fixit pioneers have 3 cyclical assigned pillars of work to ultimately accomplish project assembly. Use provided blueprints to build the necessary buildings. Chart the planet and gather resources to provide desired results and improve your infrastructure. Make sure to report any unusual discoveries to R&D for analysis. Expand your factories, outposts, and pipelines through automation and augmentation. That's it. Get to work and be effective. Warning, planetfall imminent. Please remain seated during full procedure. Atmospheric entry in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Planetfall procedure initialized.
A little bit shaky. A little bit shaky. But it's okay. I've played enough Helldivers to know I'm going to be fine. Go. And landing.
Planetfall complete. Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is at 100%. Remember, efficiency first. Godspeed.
Alright, so I am back here again, and we'll start with dismantling this. Gives us hub parts. Press F to open dismantle mode, then just hold down there. I'm gonna quickly show off the mods that I'm using so that you guys have a good grasp of it. I'm going to be using the Pak Utility Mod. It lets me use like fly mode and stuff like that. Specifically, I want all of this so that I can get like nice flyby camera angles and stuff like that. Video. Plus, I am using a mod called SkyUI, where I press Control, I think L, yeah. And what I will be doing here is I will pause. I will set it to noon because I want to have it light for the video. I also want to lock the weather type there so that I can make sure I'm getting set up. Well, here we go. Now it will stay day. This is called SkyUI. Pak Utility Mod is basically all of these like commands where I can go. Let's go fly. Now I can fly, and if I go, for example, I can go fly 3, 1, 2, 3, and the reason I do this is because now I can do these, so like panning camera. I will also be using it later for a very specific thing, for efficiency's sake, and that is to turn it off, and that is to make sure that I have power shards, which we'll be using for over. Okay, so then I also have a multitude of different inventory expansion. So I'm gonna open there we go. I have a ton of different inventory slots. Bug Zapper so I can run myself. Normally you start with a lot less, but I have added so that I have an additional, let's see, what is that? 1,000 inventory slots total. So that I can more efficient in terms of like moving stuff around and everything. I don't have the interest in slowing down my production of episodes and stuff like that because I am constantly moving stuff around the vanilla way. So that's the reason. It's efficiency. I also have, for the same reason, cutting down time, I have faster manual crafting Redux, which cuts down the manual crafting in workbenches. The more you craft of something, the faster it goes. I have settings so that it goes up to 30 times the normal speed. I've also put in one called No Portable Miners Redux, which removes the need. I don't even have them unlocked yet, but miners don't need portable miners, like a small handheld miner thing, to be crafted, because that just clogs up your inventory no matter how you look at it. That's also like an efficiency thing. Then I have, and those are like quality of life and content creation mods that I've put in. And then I have refined power, which is a massive expansion to the existing power generation thing, because I feel like early game, very much so. And up until you start messing around with fuel generators, you are heavily limited in your progression based on power generation above everything else, and I don't like that. It feels like you crawl to a halt and you can't AFK, you can't. It's not actually automated until you hit, like, properly automated. You hit coal power, and then you can't hit, like, you can't get a lot of power until you hit fuel power. And I want to like have some intermittent steps between those. Refined power adds that with some wind power, solar power, hydropower, stuff like that. So I want to have that in. Then I have the Blueprint Designer Plus, which is literally just when you get to unlock blueprinters in tier 4, I think, you get a massive, like you get a blueprint machine where you can like massively increase your speed of construction. However, this is limited to a 4x4x4 area, and Blueprint Plus or Blueprint Designer Plus adds new sizes to that, up to I think 20x20x17. So you can actually make very large factories very quickly, and I like that, especially if we're messing around with trains and stuff. That is a godsend. And I also added in that I can shop for hard drives and power shards in the awesome shop. We'll show that later as well, specifically because I want the ability to not have to search the entire map. The exploration aspect of things tend to get a very like monotone and boring after a while, and just being able to buy them instead increases efficiency a lot. So I like that. Okay, and for a starter base, we don't have the map yet, but I know where I want to start. This is not the location. There is no actual way to start at that location, like just drop there. I'll be running over, and you can like I will show you where it is. I will bring up a picture on the screen now, where it shows you where I'm actually at, what I'm looking at, and I will be running there, and I will meet you when I have arrived. All right, here we are. This is the area in which we will be building our starter base. In relation to where started, we are on the far west on the map. All right, I'm just gonna kill this thing here. Plasma spitter, I think they're called. You please die, thank you. Always pick up this stuff, you need it for later. Take a bit of damage, but it's easily, like, it regenerates pretty. So here's where we're gonna be starting. The reason for this is because we have pretty much one pure copper node up this hill, and then 3 pure iron nodes in there, and 2 pure limestone nodes, giving us all the resources we need for the start, and then some. So what I will be doing is I will be placing out the hub. We'll be going through the tutorial now. So let's this. It just adapts with like pillars, and then here. Check. It wants me to do the hub upgrade 1, which is 10 of those. So that, and we're gonna go and get some iron up here. And also press V and get the scanner thing. Tell you, boom. There's 3 nodes. One of them is a lot more inconvenient than the others, because that node is here, like under the trees, under the ground. And you have to get a mining. Okay, here's iron. What the nodes look like. And yeah, there's plasma spirit there. Gonna start just mining out a little bit. We don't need a lot. For 10 rods we need, I think, 10 iron. Oh, there we go. Now it's being aggressive. Oh, you got me. Then it got scared. And just decided to run away. Kill it. Remains. There we go. And just continue mining. We need a lot of iron, like it's probably the most used resource in the game. So I'm gonna just pick up a little bit. And then... There we go. I have 60 iron now. I'm going to go back to the hub. Here, if I sprint and then slide, I can do this like press C and I slide, and then I can like jump to do a slide jump thing to go ahead faster. There we go. see, interact with craft bench. We want to make, and here's the thing as well. You don't need to hold this down. You can hold down literally just tap space. Boom, you can see the faster crafting Redux kicks in and makes this very, very quick and very painless to do, which is perfect. And I'm gonna do this, and I'm just gonna get some of these. Boom. And then I will put 10 of them in here. Upgrade the hub. Boom. Got a chest. I'm gonna put these things in there. We're gonna need more of these later. Now it wants me to do hub upgrade 2. Gives me all of these different things. And for that I also need 10 iron plates. So let's go and mine a little bit again. The risk with using faster mining or faster crafting Redux is that you lose control. Yeah. I should also be picking up all of these leaves on the way. We will need a lot of them very soon. Because today I'm going to be building like all the basic stuff up to an automated level. And for that, we will need all of this. Right, and I know that it takes more iron to make the plates. I'm just gonna get some of this, like, hacking at this here. Go. While I'm here, gonna go around the corner here. Another plasma spitter. Hey, 2 plasma spitters. Oh, that's not good. I might die here. Nope, I made them run away. Okay, good. Perfect. And then I pick that up. This up. I'm gonna mine some of this copper. Because we need that too. Same thing here, you don't have to hold it down, you just aim at it and then tap E. Like, I'm currently repositioning myself in my chair, so I don't even have my hands on the keyboard. It's just doing its thing. This is very nice quality of life stuff that Obsidian Studios has put into the game. Alright. I didn't jump. I might die. Ooh. Let's not do that again. Iron ingots. Just crafting everything out. Very quickly, you can see it just, a multiplication just goes up faster and faster and faster and faster. Boom, everything done. I'm gonna turn everything into iron plates. I also collected the leaves, flower petals. Yeah, I got some stuff. The hub upgrade 2, which gives access to this stuff. There we go. Nice, we have a wall here. We also have the biomass burner, which is like the first power generation, which you manually feed with the leaves and wood and stuff like that. Let's see, what is the next one we need for hub upgrade 3? It wants us to use these, and it wants us to make wire, which we already collected the copper for, so we're gonna turn these into copper ingots, like the copper ore into ingots, very easily. Nothing weird. There, and then we turn wire. Perfect. Very, very nice. Very easy when you're using faster crafting Redux. This would take a lot longer otherwise. Then we're gonna this. Boom. Hub upgrade 3. I don't know what we got from that. I think we got more of like an interior. Haven't gotten the second biomass burner yet. There we go. This gives us conveyor belts and stuff like that. So let's select that. Let's place in what we can there. It wants us to make 75 iron ingots or iron plates, 20 cable, 10 concrete. Let's start with the cable. We can make 38 of those, so I'm just gonna go ahead and turn all of our wire into cable. There we go. And then we need to go mine limestone, which I will show you up here. Pick up all. No, I haven't gotten access to all the 1000 slots yet. I just want to make that clear. I have to unlock them in that hub as well as we continue progressing. And this is just like there are multiple different systems of progression. The hub is one of them. Then we have the space elevator. We have the MAM, which is a research station. And then we have, let's see, what's the other one? I think those are the big ones. But then we have another one, which is the awesome shop, where you can like sync items that you craft to get points that you can use to unlock new like building materials, colors, stuff like that, to use for decoration and cosmetics and stuff. But there is also some like practical stuff in there, which we will very much need. Here we go. Here's the limestone. You can see what it looks like. And then we're just gonna mine this out. This is a very like resource heavy thing. If I remember correctly, goes only 3 limestone into every concrete. We need at least 30 to make the 10 that we need. So I'm just gonna go for a little bit here and collect off what you can tell that this is literally it for the entire tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I will skip until we have completely constructed the hub. All right, then I have completed it. It's a bit visually glitchy. I'm assuming that's because of the mods. But this is the pod that we send up and down for upgrades in the hub. Currently, like tier 0, everything here is complete for me. Like I unlocked this, I got 300 extra inventory slots, and I unlocked this literally only so that I like a completionist thing. It is completely optional. Now, I would like this unlocked, but what I'm going to focus on is this base building, which needs 200 of those, 100 of those, and 100 of those. Because I haven't started like on purpose. I haven't started automating things yet because I want to automate things on actual foundations. I will also want this obstacle clearing because I want this solid biofuel. The chainsaw, solid biofuel is very nice to have. So those are the two things. You can see 500 screws, 100 cable, 100 concrete. Then that means that it's 300 concrete, 100 iron plates, 100 iron rods. Yeah. So gather up these materials, but don't use them yet because I want to show you something. I want to show you a trick here that I learned not too long ago. And I'm gonna start by just gathering up the material. Now we will be back here together, you and I, when we have the material. Do not click once it's done. When the button appears here, do not click it yet. Just gather up the material and I will show you a more efficient way of unlocking things. Alright, I have been mining a little bit and I just realized I've been very dumb and I've missed something very important here to show you guys. I was just about to do it and I realized you guys have, if you're new, you guys have no idea that you can do this. So, go into production, open the equipment workshop, this little beauty here, just place it down. here you can build portable miners. These are really nice because you can place how many you can fit on a node and just store up a bunch of material very quickly. So you don't have to stand there and like wait for you to hack out a bunch of material. I'll show you very quickly with one of them. So I'm gonna craft this one. There we go. Then I open the menu and I put it in my hand slot. You can see I have it here. Run up to one of the iron nodes because I need more iron. Get more of these. Climbing the mountain. Me too, bird. Me too. I also want to just scream at the sky. Here we go. I can just place it here. Little spider bot. Around. Realizes it's standing on the right place. Boom. And then it starts mining for me. And if I open, you can see that it is gathering iron. Pretty rapid pace, 80 per minute. That's because this is a pure node. You have impure, normal, pure. Pure being twice as effective as a normal, and 3 times as effective as a... so I am going to, while that is mining, also be mining this. And I will basically be spamming these on all of the different materials that we need to unlock all this stuff. So we'll be back when we've done that. Just popping in quickly here because I want to show you guys. This is the like amount that I use per node, give or take, like per material. At least 10. I will be flying over our node. You can see the same thing here. I've placed this. You can see they're stopped because they're full, and there is a similar amount over by the limestone node. Alright, that's just what I wanted to show you guys. And we'll be back when all the materials are done. Alright, then we're back, and let's check it out. This is my inventory right now. I have crafted up a ton of all of the stuff, including the screws that we need. So I'm going to go in here, and this is the trick, right? I don't know if you've seen this before, but here we go. I just place in the concrete, place in the iron plates, place in this. Now, the game prompts you, click this button, send it away, and then there's going to be a timer before you can upgrade the next thing. What I'm going to do now, just going to go in here, I'm going back to selecting the milestone, going to obstacle clearing, going to be selecting that milestone instead. I'll be placing in the screws, I'll be placing in the cables, and I'll be placing in the concrete. Now what happens if I click here? Ta-da! It says I've only unlocked one thing, but if I check in here, select milestone. Okay then, okay, sorry, that's my bad. They've actually fixed this. Because before, both of these would have been unlocked. Oh, well, yeah. Oh no, okay, still worked like if you did like that. Okay, so they haven't fixed it entirely. There we go. So now we're gonna get back in 2 minutes, but we've unlocked 2 things in one go. Which if we look, and this is the fun part now, if we go in here, you have all the stuff in your queue, in the build menu. You have the miner, you have the smelter, constructor. You have the basic like biomass burner, conveyor belts. You have the storage container and lookout tower. But this is what we want to see. This is what we want to go for. We're not looking at the 1 meter foundation. We're not looking at the 2 meter foundation. We're looking at the 4 meter foundation. And something to be very clear about here, the 4 meter foundation and the 1 meter foundation, they're equally as expensive. Look in the bottom right corner of this window, you can see they cost the same to build. So what we want to do, if we can just place this down, however, like there you can see there's no snapping, right? But we want snapping because there is a world grid in this game. And I want to be building on top of the water. Let's actually switch it to the 2 meter because I want to be just on top of the water. There. And you can see when I hold control, I snap to the world grid. Boom. And I want to be a little bit higher. That's actually, yeah, there we go. That's, now I am aligned to the world grid. I can still like mess this up if I'm not careful. But if I aim to the side here, and I press, you can see a build mode is default. If I press R, I switch to Zoop, which is what I want. Because that means I can just click once and then drag out like this and place 10 of them down, which is what I want to do. Right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove this. If I hold control, I mark that so it doesn't, that selection doesn't go away. I'm going to remove that. So I only have the ones that are on water for now. I'm going to show you why later, but I'm going to place those. You can see I have nothing selected now, but if I aim on one of these and click the middle mouse button, boom, I automatically select it. Perfection. Gonna go this. I want a little bit of a platform. This is where I will be pulling all of the resources that we mine onto. This is gonna be the floor for resource, like logistics. All right. And I'm also going to go like this. Let's actually, I'm gonna place these here. These aren't expensive, so I don't really care. I'm gonna place these. Fun thing here. Let's switch to the 4 meter foundation. If I snap it to the same location, doesn't matter, it's still gonna be aligned. The reason for this is I don't want floating blocks. There we go. You can see that it's a little bit wonky here. How do I cover this up? Easy. Open the build menu again. I switch to the 4 meter ramp. I need a 2 meter ramp. You see I still have build mode soup, so I click once and I drag to the side. Ta-da! Why did I do this? It's so that I can take this. Boom. Move that too. And then I can place down the hub here instead. And I can lock the hologram. I can't see it properly, right? I'm gonna lock the hologram and walk to the side and make sure that I can properly, and then I use the arrow keys, align it. Right? This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And then I just use a normal left mouse click. Boom. I have my hub here. Easy peasy. Right. Now I just picked up everything that was in the chest, so I'm just gonna sure that I move that over again. There we go. All right. So what is our next step? Our next step is to place down some much needed tools that we will be using frequently. I'm gonna grab the 2 meters here. This. Thank you. And on top of this, I will place my equipment workshop. All right, there we go. See that it is now easily accessible. And why do I want my equipment workshop? Because this is where I build my chain. For that, I have everything except reinforced iron plates. We have unlocked those. So I will just go into the crafting. You see I can craft 185 of them. So I'm just going to craft up, say, 30, 40. These are very expensive in terms of screws and iron plates. The 6 iron plates, 12 of those. So I'm just going to make sure that I have enough. There we go. I have 28. And I will craft the chainsaw. Boom. And now that I have the chainsaw, one can we unlock? That's a hand slot. We need that. So I'm gonna go in. You can see I've crafted so much that I can just automatically just place a bunch of stuff in here and unlock whatever I want. I'm gonna unlock that because I want the hand slot, because I want to keep both things equipped. There. Now I have my chainsaw. There. Very, very nice. And I can just scroll to switch between. Alright. So, what do we want to craft now? We want biomass, and we want to turn that into solid biofuel. So I'm gonna grab all of my leaves, and I'm gonna just craft them up. But why am I doing this? This is because we need a lot of power for the initial base, and this is super important. This would be the slowest thing. You can see, like, this is the normal speed. If I was making 700 of these, it would take forever. Manual crafting Redux really, really, really helps here. So this will be done in a minute. And once I have shown you how this works, we will be heading into some proper land clearance here to stock up on these solid biofuel. Very, very nice. While we're talking about that, I'm just gonna very quickly just to remind people, if you like what I've done so far, please remember to subscribe. And as soon as I can get it to work, I will be putting the Discord link in the description. Otherwise, you find it on my About page. You can join my Discord and hang out with me and whoever else is a fan of the games. We will have fun together and play the game together, and you can give me tips and tricks that I might not know about. And if you have questions, additional questions, feel free. You can see now I have these. So I'm going to just, I can run out to a tree here. This is the fun part with this compared to just picking things up by hand. Number one, you can take the larger trees. Number two, you grab stuff in an area. This. So if I go up here to where it's a lot denser, I can just saw this down. Let's grab one in the middle here. Grab this. Boom, it just clears everything. So I'll be doing that, and I'll be clearing a bunch of stuff because I need a lot of wood to finish this. You can also do this with the bushes. And it will grab everything. So that's a lot easier to clear out and like clean the ground where you're planning on building, so you don't have leaves sticking out of your base and stuff like that. So we'll be back once I've cleared out the area. Alright, so here's a little platform, and here is nothing else. We have now cleared out and evicted Mother Nature. You can see. Clearing out, so we can see this node, that node of limestone. Those are two pure nodes, which equals 240 limestone per minute with a Mark 1 miner. There's an invisible node here, the middle of the screen here. And then we have one node there and one node over there, equaling 360 iron per minute. And then we have one copper node over there, and then we have power slugs here. These are super important because they give you the power shards that you use to overclock your machines, which we'll be using for overclocking our miners and stuff later. So what's our mission now? Our mission is to place out our miners on every node. So how do you do that? And I want to be very clear that I am very strict with myself. One of the biggest enemies of playing Satisfactory and playing on one save for a long period of time is stressing yourself out and rushing things. Now I'm gonna pick all of these up. I get the contents of them as well, so I get the limestone. Let's see. So I'm gonna show you with this one, and then I'm gonna just repeat for all of the other nodes as well. There we go. So what I want to do here is let's go into queue, foundations, and I want to see, let's actually check the miner first. See there, that's the height at which the miner will be placed at. So what I want to do is I want to snap this to foundations. Right, so I'm gonna place it down, and then I am going to grab foundations. As you can see, it turns yellow, which means that, okay, we are like conflicting here. We are actually like messing with the so I'm gonna go for a 2-meter foundation. Gonna snap to world grid by holding control. Oh, and I'm going to there, because now you can see that it looks like the miner is placed on top of these. This is how I prefer to do it, because it means that I have an easier time with the conveyor belts running out of these. I'm gonna place another here just so that I can see. And then you can see I have in the toolbar down below, I have these. So once it comes out, it's gonna be unaligned. By scrolling, you can see that now I've placed it, so now it's actually in the middle, this foundation. And then I can click once, then I can switch the height of it. But if I click twice, I will just place it like this. And if I go up ladders on the others, I'll go up here so we can see. Now the conveyor belt has aligned itself with the grid we're building on, which is the world grid. The reason why we want to build on the world grid is because then we can place down any factory anywhere and know 100% that it is aligned with our other factories' foundations. Meaning that it's easier for symmetry. Symmetry is important for one reason only. It is for logistics. Like, you will have a really hard time keeping a track of your logistics if you don't build in neat rows. If you start crossing over and stuff like that, there has to be it has to be like a last choice, last option kind of thing. Also, these things are a work in progress thing. They are not implemented into the game yet. You can collect them if you see them, but they don't have any actual effect yet. It's not going to be there until the game releases, like 1.0. So yeah, you can pick them up, but they're not going to do anything. They're just going to be in your inventory. And then I'm going to place a miner here. There we go. As you can see, I will literally I will try and aim that. See that it's over there, right? So I'm gonna try and aim it over there. Then we go in, I grab foundations. Okay, I want a 4-meter foundation there instead. And boom. There we go. So that I can align that with the world grid. Like, it clips a little bit. Miners, like, the nodes were placed before the world grid existed, so they are a little bit wonky, but it works. And I think it's a lot easier to work with your miners and the outputs from them, like the conveyor belts, if I do this. There we go. And then I want to pull the conveyor belt out. Conveyor belt will be moving this direction. That. So, and then I grab the conveyor belt. And I will check the middle of this. Here's what I will do. There. You can see that now it has aligned itself. And I get them out, and they're in the middle of it. You can make this however like cool you want to do. I know the Total Eclipse and Derek Plays. Yeah, there's a few channels out there that actually like do this really, really well and make them look really, really nice. I can't be bothered to spend all of that energy. Not this early in the game, at least. It's something I might fix later, but for now, I just want to make sure that all of these are lined up. I will do the same thing with all of these nodes. I want to show you where this node is, because you can't place any foundations for this one. There we go. There, you can see how it snaps, even though there's nothing here. Yeah. That is because of the... With that, I want those to go this direction. There. Even though it looks like there's nothing here. Perfect. Okay, I will see you when I have put all of this out, and that will be the end of episode 1, and then we... Alright, as you can see, we have now placed all of the miners with the foundations. We've pulled some of the belts out. This is what we have time for today. Like, I can't really like keep recording. It takes a lot of time to like prep all of these things and everything. So this is what we have time for in episode 1. And this is laying the groundwork. This here will probably last us all the way up until we start needing to make like tier 4, tier 3, tier 4 stuff with like plastic and coal power and like all that kind of stuff. So for now, we have very much set ourselves up for success. And in the next episode, we will be unlocking a few really essential things to manage our factories and make it easy for us and keep us from bottlenecking our production. And everything here is about progression, about exploiting. So, like I said before, we've evicted Mother Nature, and now it's time to move in our factory stuff. As we talked about before, I have also very much gathered up. Fort here, you can see I have so much wood, I have so much leaves, there's a shit ton of flower petals. All of this is used to make fuel. So that's also something that we will be like using it for in the future. Really clear out our need for power, or like manage our need for power. I will probably very quickly move into refined power and using the wind turbine. What I want to do is like get a platform for that is like here. That is meant for that. But for now, we will be looking at unlocking things like this, so we can move things up and down and split them and everything, because this is super important. Actually, let's just unlock that right now, because it is so important. I want to forget, and I don't want you either. Boom. There we go. So now I have rare lifts, splitters, and mergers, which allows us to handle a lot more. It allows us to be a lot more effective with our factories. On top of that, also before we end, I will... pod launch. Oh, yeah, I have to wait 3.5 minutes. Okay, we will get back to that, but for now, I will just mention, we will be building this. Gonna be super important. We will be messing around with that, because we need to mess around with this specific tree of progression. This is our second thing, is the MAM. molecular analysis machine. So here's progression number 1, progression number 2. Then we're gonna get the space elevator, which is progression number 3. Then we have in here this progression 4. Awesome shop, awesome think, and then we can get really into customizing stuff like that as well. That is for a different episode though. For now, we have laid the groundwork, and I hope that you have learned something if you're new to the game. If you are not new to the game and want to give me pointers, I would be very happy to see those down in the comments, or if you jump over to the Discord, and we will have a great conversation, I hope. So, see you in episode number 2. Bye!